Hello, and welcome to the Daily Comic and Collectible, episode 609. Now today, the collectible of the day is the Lego brand, Marvel Comics, Spider-Man line, Motorcycle Chase, Spider-Man vs. Doc Ock, Brick Builder playset. This supercharged set features a venomized villain and a motorcycle riding Spider-Man. Lego Marvel Motorcycle Chase Spider-Man vs. Doc Ock is a buildable Spider-Man toy packed with cool extras for superhero fans. It includes Lego Doc Ock and Spider-Man minifigures. Doc Ock features 4 long flexible tentacles and displays the distinctive markings of Venom, who has infiltrated the villain to make him even more dastardly. The minifigures can grip onto other elements, including the streetlight, dynamite, and a trash can containing a bottle, fish, bone, and a banana peel. The Spider-Man motorcycle and the stud and web shooters bring high-speed action to adventures. For added digital fun, builders can zoom in, rotate models in 3D, and track their progress using the fun, intuitive Lego Builder app. This official Lego brand Spidey fits into the driver's seat of his movable bike, and Doc Ock's arms can hold the accessories and even the streetlight. Built for portable play, this box playset includes 77 pieces, with the motorcycle measuring over 1 inch in height, 1.5 inches wide, and 3 inches in length. The cycle also includes stud shooters. Set also includes the 2 minifigs of Spider-Man with web shooters and Doc Ock with 4 long flexible tentacles. Also includes fun role-playing accessories, including a trash can, the bottle, fish bones, a banana peel to slide on, and even dynamite. This set is also compatible with other Marvel Lego playsets. This Spidey Cycle playset was released in 2024 by the Lego Group. Now, the comic of the day is Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 1, issue number 237, with the cover date of February 1983, with story by Roger Stern, art by Bob Hall, and cover by John Romita Jr. This issue is titled High and Mighty. This story opens with Wilbur Day reading over the newspaper, lamenting that his career as the costumed criminal known as Stiltman has been an utter failure. He'd hoped he would find fame and fortune when he stole the hydraulic stilts created by his employer, Carl Claxton, to become Stiltman. However, instead, he was defeated at the hands of Daredevil. He recounts how a later encounter with Spider-Man led to the wall crawler's defeat, but the Stiltman didn't stick around long enough to finish off the hero, and was defeated once again by Daredevil. He recalls how the computer, known as Faust, constructed an even more powerful suit of armor for him, but he was easily defeated at the hands of the Thunder God Thor. His most recent defeat happened when Turk Barrett knocked him out and stole his Stiltman armor. With his ill-gotten funds dwindling and his inability to get work, Day needs a win that will bring him back into the game. Hearing a radio report of Spider-Man's recent activities, he decides that he will defeat Spider-Man to restore his tarnished reputation. Meanwhile, Spider-Man is searching the city for any traces of Doc Ock and the Owl. But with no traces of his foes, he decides to return home. Changing back into Peter Parker, the web-slinger worries about upcoming exams and finding work from the Daily Bugle. Just then, he gets a phone call from his Aunt May, who Peter promised to visit the next day, and learns that things with her new boarding house are going well, and tells Peter he needs to take it easy. With the call over, Peter retires for the night. The next morning, Peter is taking the subway to deliver photos of Spider-Man's battle with Doc Ock and the Owl. Suddenly, his spider sense begins going off, and Peter follows its source. Going into the next car, Peter's spider sense is going off due to a nervous-looking, seemingly harmless man. Peter wonders why he would be setting off his spider sense, unaware that this is Wilbur Day. When the train reaches the next stop, Day gets off, and suspicious of what is happening, Peter tags him with a spider tracer. However, this momentary distraction leaves Peter Parker open to a pickpocket. Peter chases after him, catching the thief easily thanks to his adhesive fingers. While Peter is turning over the thief to the police, Wilbur Day arrives at a CORDCO facility, where he knocks out the guards at the front gate with a canister of gas. Gaining access to one of the manufacturing facilities, Wilbur gets to work on building a new suit of armor. However, Day's presence isn't totally undetected. When the guard fails to check in with Stark International's head of security, Vic Martinelli, on Long Island, they decide to investigate. Later, Peter has sat down to a meal with Aunt May and her boarders. Although Peter enjoys the meal and thinks that his aunt is doing well, he's still consumed by his own problems. May's fiancé, Nathan Lubinsky, notices that Peter is bothered by something and advises him to go out and take care of his troubles. The pep talk inspires Peter to go back out as Spider-Man to get action pictures for the Daily Bugle. As Peter web-slings across the city, he spots a Stark International security van speeding through the city and decides to investigate. This leads him to CORDCO, where he goes in ahead of the security guards to find out what's going on. Inside the facility, Wilbur Day is finishing his final touches on his new suit of armor. He catches Day by surprise, but the villain manages to escape into the control room of the lab and activates the defenses. While Spider-Man dodges these weapons, Wilbur finishes his Stiltman armor and attacks Spider-Man directly. However, this time, the wall crawler is ready for his gas by holding his breath. During the battle, Spider-Man notices a sonic disruptor is aimed right at Stiltman. The wall crawler leaps in the way of the blast and is knocked out. With his foe at his mercy, Stiltman considers killing Spider-Man, but realizes that there's nobody to witness it. Since Spider-Man saved his life, the Stiltman decides to spare him instead. He turns the wall crawler over to Vic Martinelli and escapes. This story is continued in Amazing Spider-Man Annual, issue number 16. Geek Fact: Wilbur Day recounts a number of his past defeats. These were in Daredevil, issue number 8, from 1965, then in issue number 27 from 1967, followed by Thor, issue number 269 from 1978, and then back to Daredevil, issue number 186 from 1982. Bonus Geek Fact: Wilbur Day's power comes from his battlesuit. As a scientist, inventor, and engineer, Wilbur Day was employed by Caxton Laboratories, owned by Carl Caxton, who invented a hydraulic ram device. Wilbur stole Caxton's designs and used them to engineer a pair of extremely long telescopic metal legs, which allowed him to tower high over the ground. He incorporated these hydraulic stilts into an armored battlesuit, which he created for use in robberies as a professional criminal, Stiltman. His armored suit's telescopic legs could extend up to 290 feet and contained a silicone coating that resisted adhesives such as Spider-Man's webbing. The suit enhanced and augmented his own strength. Plus, it contained stun guns and even rocket tubes. It was ahead of its time, containing microprocessors and even comforts such as thermal insulation and even an air conditioner. State-of-the-art gaming! Now available from Parker Brothers.
Amidar! Video game cartridge. Bring home the game that's way ahead of the pack. Tired of seeing dots before your eyes? Ready for a video game with some personality? Then make the move to the wacky world of Amidar. First, you're a gorilla. Trying to draw boxes inside a maze. It's not easy though, because you're being chased by savage sentries every step of the way. Just like in the arcade game. Now, you're a paint roller, trying to paint squares while being pursued by persistent piggies. No one ever said it was gonna be easy. Amdar, one of a kind in a dot-eat-dot world. Available by Parker Brothers.
And final geek fact. Wilbur Day was a scientist at Craxton Labs who stole designs for a hydraulic ramming device from his company out of frustration of his position in his job. He soon invented a battlesuit and tried his hands at petty villainy, looting stores and robbing pedestrians. Later on, he tried suing the company, with Matt Murdock as his attorney, claiming legal ownership of Craxton's original design and going so far as to accusing Craxton of being the Stilt Man. Eventually, Day was discovered to actually be Stilt Man. Constantly remodifying and improving upon his original stilts and the rest of his battlesuit, the Stilt Man has fought against the likes of Daredevil, Spiderman, and Captain America. When given a special duplicate of his suit forged from secondary adamantium by Blastar, the Stilt Man even dared to challenge the Thunder God, Thor. After Thor defeated the Stilt Man, Day's adamantium suit was confiscated and melted down. But eventually, Day later recovered his own modified Stilt Man battlesuit. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me for another Daily Comic and Collectible, and I hope to see you again Monday. This is Cat Fan Comics Man, and I'll catch you on the flip. Over and out.